Hey guys, Mike from MacDonald.com here. And do you struggle with closing sales or signing up new people in your business, or maybe just overcoming objections? Well, one of the common reasons is that you're not properly using an expert or edifying them correctly. So today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to edify an expert properly and why you should use an expert and how you can even set up a three-way call with an expert. So stay tuned. Now, first things first is, what is edification? And basically, edification is just talking highly of somebody else. Now, a lot of people actually don't do this a lot these days, but it's one effective strategy that you can implement in your business to close more sales and get more signups in your business, because when you properly edify someone, it gives them a lot of credibility, which can help you close leads, close sales for a lot of different reasons. And so if you're kind of struggling with how you actually structure this or what you should say, when I first learned this skill, I was taught that you use basically two facts and an attribute. So they head up expansion with our company. They run the Midwest territory. They're living out in Minnesota. They've earned this much income with our company. They've gone on this many trips. They've lost X number of pounds. Whatever the case might be, maybe they've hit a rank where they earn residual income in your company, or they've earned a car bonus. Whatever the case might be, just basically two facts about their success. And another option, like I said, you want to add in as well is basically an attribute. So they're great to get along with. They're the most caring person I know. They're such a great mom. Whatever the case might be, again, say something nice about their character, about their personality, not just maybe their business success. Because again, people want to work with people. They want to work with leaders that know what they're doing, but they also want to work with genuine, good people, right? And so that's really what you want to talk about, especially if you're dealing with network marketing and people are joining your team and joining your organization. So definitely edify effectively by following that two facts and an attribute. Now, again, you might be wondering, well, what if somebody's brand new? Can I still edify them? Or maybe they don't have a ton of results. Or what if my enroller or my sponsor just got started recently as well? How can I phrase that right without lying or anything like that? So that's pretty simple. Again, two facts and an attribute. Mike is one of the most hardworking, determined people I know. He crushes anything he gets into. So, when he got a hold of this, I know he's going to take this right to the top. He's on pace to hit one of our first ranks that you can reach in our company. So I'd love to introduce you. He's one of the greatest guys I know. It's a blast to work with. So give me 1 second, I'll introduce you. Right, so that could be an example where maybe that person that you're edifying is just brand new. They don't really have much results, but they have a great work ethic. They have a great personality. They have a great energy. They're determined. They're going somewhere. Again, it doesn't have to be massive success. That person you're edifying doesn't need to be like a multi-millionaire or the top earner in the company or anything like that. Again, you just speak highly of that person. So that kind of raises the next question of, why do you even need to use an expert, right? Why should you use a three-way call? Edifying, cool, that's important, but why should you even use that in your business? Well, again, one big factor is that they have credibility. When you edify them properly, you speak highly of them, it establishes that credibility that they actually know what they're talking about. And so what this does is this can really help you close more sales. Because again, if you said all the same stuff as the expert, you don't necessarily have that credibility when you're brand new. So they might not listen to you. You could say everything the exact same, but you don't have that credibility in that relationship. So it doesn't really work out as effectively as having an expert say those things. So you can have an expert, help you close sales, overcome objections, register people for events. Maybe they're making common mistakes in the business and you don't necessarily feel comfortable calling them out on it, right? There's a lot of different ways that you can use an expert, but that's definitely one major factor, is that when you edify them correctly, they have credibility to make your prospect make your new lead, make your new potential customer actually take action. Another big factor is that they actually provide social proof, right? Where a lot of people see network marketing, or they see the home business industry, or maybe they're skeptical of your products, or they're skeptical of the business, whatever the case might be. Well, if it's typical situation, you're maybe doing like a one-on-one, you're at a coffee shop with somebody, you know, maybe you went over to a friend's house, or they came to your house, whatever the case might be, or maybe you're doing like a long distance presentation, so somebody's maybe just watching a company video or a recorded presentation, right? And so in those scenarios, it's just kind of like you and them, right? So there's not really a whole lot of social proof that other people are doing this, other people are successful, you know, people have gotten results on the products, people are, you know, taking the trips, they're saving money, they're getting results on the product, whatever the case might be. And so this is another great reason to actually use an expert, is that they have results, you know, either income results or product results. It's social proof that it's more than just you that's doing it, right? So they can see a bigger perspective, meet somebody else. And then another huge factor is that it can help, you know, establish that this is actually real, right? You know, there's 3 things that you really need to cover anytime you're presenting your business, your product, your opportunity, right? And is that is this real? Can I do this? And will you help me? And so using an expert effectively and edifying them can actually help establish this. So is it real, right? They meet another person that's succeeding. It's not just you, right? It's not just a video. There's other actual people they can talk to, right, that are doing it. So that can help establish this. You know, can I do this? You know, this is another great reason why you actually want to use an expert and edify someone, because you're just introducing somebody else. You know, I still use this all the time, even though I've been in the industry for years. Like, I know how to overcome objections. I know how to close sales, right? So even that being the case, I still use an expert because I want the new person to see that they can do this. So if I can just push play on a video, have someone watch a presentation and say something like, that was great, wasn't it? You know, what was your favorite part? And then hear what they say, right? And then like, cool, I enjoyed that part too. That's one of the reasons I got started for sure. You know, well, like I said, I'd love to introduce you to XYZ expert. They can help answer any questions, you know, and help you get started. So again, even though I know what I'm doing and can close leads, as you progress and develop that skill set, you still want to use an expert, because that new person, it's their first exposure to the business. It's their first time seeing the business. So if they're like, well, they just push play on a video and now they're introducing me to somebody else, that other person's answering their questions, you know, answering my questions, I could probably do that. You know, I don't have to be an expert. I could push play on a video. I could put somebody else on the phone to answer questions. Seems easy enough. I think I could do this, right? And so that's really what you want to establish with that. But then also, will you help me, right? So you want to give them kind of that bigger perspective that there's a system in place, that it's not just you out there again, or they're going to have to figure it out on their own. You know, one misconception I find a lot of people, you know, maybe not misconception, but they run into it a lot in the industry, is somebody's just kind of like, here's your kit, good luck to you, go figure it out, right? I know in my team, my organization, I like to work one-on-one with people, you know, help them close leads, be the expert, do those 3-way calls, help people get started, you know, help them with their prospects, overcoming objections and concerns when they're new, because I want them to learn how to do it, number one, but then it just gets better results. But then again, it also establishes that will you help me aspect. So if somebody's brand new, they see you just push play on a video, you get somebody else on the phone, they're like, wow, there's a team, there's a system, there's an organization, there's people here to help me do this. So I'm just not alone trying to figure this all out by myself. This is another major factor why you want to use an expert and edify someone after your presentation to help you close sales. So again, kind of with your friends, another aspect of why you want to do this, I'm going to actually throw up a little graphic here, right? I made this myself, so don't judge me. No, I'm just kidding. But basically, it's the trust, credibility, expert triangle, right? And so this is basically the kind of relationship that's going on and why it's important, again, to use an expert and to edify them to grow your business. So basically, between you and your friend, there's typically trust, right? They know you, they like you, they know who you are, but there's typically not much credibility because you've probably, been in a relationship with them for a while. You've been friends for a long time. You've done stupid stuff together, right? They know all your faults. Maybe they also know that you're not an expert in XYZ field that you just started in, right? So if you started a new business, maybe you've never done anything in nutrition before. Maybe you've never done anything in health and wellness. Maybe skincare is a new thing to you, or you've never done anything in travel or makeup, or one of the other 100 industries that do network marketing in the home business space, right? So they know you, not as this business expert, or not as this nutrition, health, travel, makeup. Again, insert the blank, right? Insert whatever you want. They don't know you as that expert in that field. So again, when you start talking about how amazing these products are, the quality, how awesome this business is, again, they don't see you as that person. There's trust there. They know you, they like you, but they don't see you as a credible expert. Now, same thing with yourself, your prospect and the expert that you're actually using for the call. Between the expert and your friend, there's not really any trust there, right? Just random stranger, they've never met them before. Who's this person, right? They don't really have any trust there. But when you edify properly, and this is really the key, this is your job, is to talk highly about them and edify them. What that does then is it establishes credibility between the expert and your friend. So now, with the trust that you already have with that person and the credibility of the expert, you can close a lot more sales, overcome objections, and help people take action in your business. So this is why it's very powerful, and this kind of graphic illustrates the relationship between everybody. But when you follow this system of edification, it can really help you get a lot better results in your business. Now, kind of another subject along these lines is, how do you actually set up a three-way call, or how do you actually introduce an expert? I find a lot of people struggle with this as well, because typically what I find people do, I know I made this mistake for a long time as well, is that I would wait until after the presentation or after the video was done, and then I would try and say, hey, I want to introduce you to this person, and then try and edify them. And then that person's like, well, I don't really want to talk to this person, it's kind of weird, right? And so I found that mix of things, of initiating the idea that they're going to talk to an expert after the presentation, didn't necessarily work that well. So what I found that typically works a lot better, and I've had great results doing, and so has people in my team, is basically the idea that you actually tell them they're going to talk to an expert before the presentation even happens. And so kind of in your lineup, your build up to actually sharing the presentation, the video, the live event, whatever the case might be, typically I'll say something along the lines of, so I've got this video that's going to go through the details of my company, what we're talking about. So you definitely pay attention to this. But then afterwards, I want to introduce you to my buddy Tom, my buddy Mike, my buddy Sally, right? Whatever the case might be, insert name, right? I want to introduce you to Mike. He heads up expansion in our organization, and he can just answer any questions that you might have afterwards. I'd love to introduce you, right? And so that's a great way to edify someone kind of beforehand, before the video, before the presentation even starts. So, again, I'd love to introduce you to blank. They head up expansion, our organization. They've been doing this a long time, and they can answer any questions you might have afterwards. Because now it's natural to actually get someone on the phone. It's actually natural to introduce them to someone else after the presentation. So instead of trying to convince them that they need to talk to someone afterwards, what you can do at this point, when the video is done, you can just be like, well, that was awesome, wasn't it? What'd you like best about the business? What did you like the business, the product? What stood out to you most? What was your favorite part, right? And then from there, you can just say, well, like I said, I want to introduce you to Mike. He heads up expansion, our team, and he can just answer any questions that you might have. And then this is where you insert those two facts and an attribute, right? So he's great to work with. He's been on a bunch of trips with the company, heads up expansion in the Midwest, whatever the case might be. So again, two facts and an attribute at that point. So when you follow that method, it's a lot easier to actually get that expert on the phone. It's natural, it's not awkward, it's not pushy, because again, you told them up front after the presentation you were going to introduce them to somebody else. And so then when it's done, the simple transition is just, well, like I said, I want to introduce you to blank. They head up expansion, like I said, and then you go into two facts and an attribute. So some success that they have, their personality, what kind of great person they are, what kind of character they have, That's basically the setup that you want to follow. So again, hopefully you guys got some benefit and value out of this video and now understand how to properly edify an expert and why you should actually do it in your business. If you did get some value out of this video, definitely comment and share and like this video as well. It definitely helps out the channel. And let me know if you've got other strategies you use for introducing an expert. Definitely let me know in the comments below. And then also be sure to subscribe to our channel here and turn on those bell notifications to get more updates and tips and training to help you grow a profitable business from home. And then also one of the big factors that I find as well of why people struggle in network marketing, why people struggle in sales and signing people up for their business is basically because they have a very poor invite. It's really one of the key foundations to sharing your business. A lot of people are in pitch mode and that just actually pushes people away. So ideally, you want to find out pain points, find out needs and wants, ask the right questions, and then transition into your business naturally. Now, I struggled with this for a long time. When I first joined the industry, being an introverted video game nerd, didn't really know a whole lot about inviting correctly and professionally. So I actually put together a training to help teach you how to do that. You can actually click on the link below this video to access that. Or again, just head on over to coachmikemcdonald.com/IM. Stands for Inviting Mastery, and it's my Inviting Mastery Method training. So again, if you'd like to get that, just click on the link below this video. It's going to teach you how to prospect, how to recruit, how to grow your business without being pushy or awkward or salesy, right? So you'll learn how to do that in the link below this video. Or again, to access that, head on over to coachmikemcdonald.com/IM. But once again, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.